What are some very comforting facts? You can talk to your pet rabbit by quickly pushing your lips downwards and upwards as if you were trying to look up your nose in a mirror. Do it quickly and you're chatting. It mimics the nose movements they make and you can see them wiggle their noses faster out of interest. Copy their rhythm too and watch them talk back. Also, stomping your foot like they do as well as turning your back on them when annoyed is understood too. If they have chewed something they shouldn't have, you can stomp one foot and turn around with your arms folded. Have a look over your shoulder to make sure they see you. They should come to check on you, and if they don't, stomp and make sure they see your back is turned. Eventually they get it and come over to make sure you're okay. Then let the nose waggling commence. You can expect them to do the same to you as well, like when you clean their enclosure. A middle or even low-income people in developed countries are living a much more comfortable life than the richest people centuries or even millennia ago, in large part thanks to modern medicine making death from a mere infection no longer a near-guaranteed death. I am dirt poor, but my ancestors, not to mention plenty of people alive today, would be amazed at the luxuries I have. Clean running water whenever I want, even to bathe in. Indoor plumbing. Clean clothing in mere hours instead of days of back-breaking work. Food available year-round and fresh veg and fruit out of season. Nurse here. If you're having a general anesthetic for a routine operation and worried about dying while under, please be aware there are about 7 different levels of stuff we can do to bring you back. So if the thing we normally do doesn't work, we've got plan B, then we've got plan C, D, E, F, G and H, and we rarely need to even go to plan C, let alone the rest. It's ridiculously rare for you to never wake up from a routine op. Of course it happens occasionally, but for every case you've heard about it happening, there's thousands of identical operations where it didn't. I've been qualified 15 years, and it's literally never happened anywhere I've worked. I once found a ladybug in my room in the middle of winter. I tried to look up if I could feed it somehow, and found countless other people asking the same question. The world is full of people who have compassion enough to feed a lone bug in the winter. This happened to us. We had 2 of them. We kept them in a little bug hotel for a few weeks. We sliced grapes and picked up some flowers, leaves, sticks, etc. for them. They did fine. My 2 little girls loved their pet ladybugs and were happy to release them once it warmed up a bit. Crows will let other crows know if you're a good person. Feeding a crow in your backyard can quickly become many crows over time since the rumor spreads. And nearby crows in your area will know you as one they like. They can also be known to be protective of you and even bring you gifts. Suffice to say, crows are one of the most intelligent creatures on the planet and they are truly underrated. Saw a documentary about a guy who fed the crows who visited his backyard. The crows actually befriended the guy's pet cat and the cat enjoyed playing with the crows. One day the cat, who spent part of every day outside, did not come home. Later the guy discovered it had been attacked, probably by a coyote, and had been killed. Several days later the crows found the cat's collar and brought it to the guy, leaving it in the backyard bird bath where they had often left little gifts, a toy car, a child's barrette, etc., for the guy. He wept telling that story, and I wept hearing it. I thought you were going to say they killed the coyote out of revenge and brought it to the owner. I like to think that the crows killed the coyote responsible for killing their friend and brought back the collar as if to say she has been avenged. In other words, the coyote was murdered. There is a group of bikers called Bikers Against Child Abuse who support child abuse victims in court by looking tough and giving the kids confidence to testify against their abusers. It's actually an international group. My town had a tragic tornado that killed hundreds. There was an insane group who came to basically tell the town we deserved the death toll. Bikers rode around and around the group to drown out their noise. I'll forever respect a good group of bikers. The pollen that bees collect on their legs as they pollinate flowers are called pollinator pants. So next time you see bees hard at work, take a look at their legs, and you might be able to see the pants depending on how much they pollinated. Smiley face. Zebras rest with their heads on each other's backs so they can literally watch their zebra buddies back. Plus it looks like a zebra hug. Cows have best friends. They also really enjoy music. I heard a great story about this. An acquaintance of mine had gone to Ireland to perform at a singing competition and was staying at a B&B out in the countryside. In the early morning she went outside to practice her songs, and all the cows in the neighboring field drifted over to listen. But when she got to the end of her repertoire and started over, they all looked at each other like, "Heard it?" "Yeah, heard it," and started to move away. So she quickly changed tack and went into "O mio babino caro" from Johnny Skickie, and the cows stuck around. But when she tried to do that one again, the cows went, "Heard it?" "Yeah, heard it," and headed off. If you quit smoking by age 40, your life expectancy is the same as a non-smoker. Also, it's never too late to quit. I smoked a pack a day for 10 years. Been on a vape for a year, and the next step is weaning off of it. This is comforting. I might not have totally irreparably fucked myself up. Even the difference with how I feel vaping versus smoking has been nuts. Nobody pays all that much attention to you. Everyone is the main character in their story and thinks you're just another supporting role or an NPC. I find this very freeing. Be the NPC you'd want to meet. There is a type of mold growing on/around the elephant's foot in Chernobyl. This mold eats radiation, and the radioactivity of the elephant's foot has decreased drastically since the mold started growing there. It's just comforting to me that the planet can heal no matter how bad the scar we left. There was a TV series in the 2000s called Life After People. That's where they got a lot of scientists, engineers, etc. to speculate on what would happen to the Earth if the human population suddenly vanished. It was pretty fascinating that the Earth will basically, very slowly, undo everything we've done. It's not going to help us regarding climate change or anything like that. Because the point is that the Earth can heal itself if given the chance. Switzerland has implemented a scheme Time Bank, which is an old age assistance program under which people can volunteer to look after the elderly who require assistance, and then the number of hours they spend with or caring for seniors gets deposited in their individual Social Security account. Eventually, when the volunteer reaches that old age when he or she requires support, this Time Bank can help them by providing time-based services which include consultations, babysitting, hairdressing, gardening, tutoring, or any other time-consuming job in addition to being looked after by a volunteer as well. About 34 countries are trying to apply this scheme. Very wholesome and humane. I live in Switzerland, and that's the first time I'm ever hearing about this. Your pets will forgive you if you accidentally step on them. Can confirm. My dog has even moved past the forgiveness stage and now actively seeks being stepped on by standing behind everyone. Probably because of the human apologizing attention the dog gets after being stepped on.